It is the story of a school where gaining admission is tough and you need a certain grade to be considered. That's nothing new. The competition to go anywhere, of course, is as fierce as ever, but a high SAT won't help you, and for that matter, neither will a good jump shot. Here, the minimum score is 2070, and recently, the Maryland School for the Blind hosted an annual event unlike any you've ever seen.
There's the eye of the storm, the eye of the tiger, the apple of your eye, and then there are the eyes of Tim Jones. For 17 years, his eyes have refused to do for him what most of ours do for us every day.
What do you like about a day like today? Does it make you feel good?
Yeah.
How come?
Well, by communicating with other friends.
Tim is also autistic. Diagnosed at 2.5, he lives on the 100-acre campus while his parents, Susan and Dwayne, and 3 siblings are in Accokeek, 75 miles away.
It was hard for us to bring Tim here because he's residential. We only see him on the weekends, maybe 8, 9 years. Every time we drive up here now, we say to ourselves, we made the right decision.
But today is game day for Tim and kids from 7 schools from as far as Boston and Raleigh. Welcome to the EEAB Track and Field Tournament, the Eastern Athletic Association for the Blind. The meet is modified with events for the partially sighted and completely blind. The shot put and discus are replaced with a softball and football, and there's no javelin or pole vault for the obvious reasons. But everyone comes to compete.
My time? Oh, it was 34-25. Yeah, I was trying to beat my little teammate, but I was short by 2 seconds.
95 feet, 9 inches.
Dr. Michael Bina is the president of the school.
I know what the kids get out of it. I know what the moms and dads get out of it. What do the educators get out of it?
Well, it's our job. We get paid to do it, but there's a gratification that's hard to put into words. So we just love to see students being successful. So independent and high achievers. It's gratifying to me, but it's also inspiring.
From sight to hearing, physical to autism, a cross-section of disabilities are served. At Maryland School for the Blind, or MSB, there's no tuition. State, local funding, and donations pay for it. Ages range from toddlers to 21, from day schoolers to residents like Tim, who live there 5 days a week and go home on weekends.
These kids are really trying to do their absolute best. And for a lot of them, it's a struggle. You know, it's a struggle, but they don't complain.
But watch some of these kids and it's easy to forget there are any issues at all. That's because they go about their day like anyone else, as normal. Taylor Williams is fresh off a starring role as George Banks in the school's recent production of Mary Poppins. Apparently, still in character.
That's a sharp hat.
Yeah, it is.
You're a sharp dressed man.
There's Jermel, who wants to date his coach's daughter in Chicago.
I'll be back, don't worry, I'll be back.
I already warned her about y'all, so she knows.
And during lunch, the spilled tray got the same wise guy Bronx cheer you'd get in any high school cafeteria. Almost no one saw it, but hearing was believing. And how about this exchange as I was walking quietly next to Eddie? I thought quietly. He knew I was there before I could even say hello.
The wind was blowing around you instead of blowing straight through you. That's how I find a lot of people.
Who's really watching whom here? It's competition in the purest form. In this look-at-me culture of spoiled athletes, there's a lesson to be learned about simple sportsmanship and doing your best. But blind doesn't mean slow.
Go, man! Go, New York! Go! Go!
You got to be on your horse or he's going to leave you, huh?
Absolutely. I'm still catching my breath after that race. Thought he was going to take off without me.
Was I going too fast at the beginning, that is?
No, you're doing great. It's just I didn't know you, so I had to keep up with you, and then we caught up and we got on a pretty good page together.
Susan and Dwayne Jones consider themselves lucky, and much of it because of the N-word.
There was a time when I would talk to people and I said, I wish my kid, Tim, was normal. You know, and you know, when I meant normal, I meant, you know, he didn't have any special needs. You know, he wasn't blind, he wasn't autistic. But, you know, over time, as we've come here and Timmy's grown, now I don't wish that. I wish he is the way he is.
Can I just do it in my head?
No, you need to make sure that you don't double or miss something.
Yes, yeah.
So I don't want you to say that you need brownies, but actually you need muffins. Or say that you need cookies, but you actually need pasta. Okay?
Gotcha. Thanks for coming.
Oh, you're most welcome. Told you we'd be here.
So on the day when the Olympic flame began its march towards London for this summer's games, these athletes face their own daily hurdles head on. In a competition where coloring outside the lines is acceptable and crossing them always encouraged, even if they'll never see them.
Way to go, buddy. High five. Nice job, sir. Go away.
Good job, buddy. Love you, love you, love you. Wow, yeah, good job. Good job.
Some of those dudes are fast. I mean, they are tough to keep up with.
If the guide is struggling, you know they're fast.
That's it. I mean, he said we had to get accustomed to it, but you know, who's leading whom here?
Great piece.
These kids, thank you. These kids are terrific. And what was so nice to be up there was the fact that obviously they have a disability, and it's not that that's what's inspiring. It's the fact that they go out there in the heat, as Mom said, no complaints, all day long, and they do their thing and they live their lives.
And they really push themselves. I mean, you could hear them, you know, those guys talking about how, you know, I just needed 2 seconds and I just wanted to go faster and slow takeoff, and they really take the competition seriously.
And you know what? And that's what keeps things normal. And that's the word we were talking about, the N word, normal for these kids. And they are normal. Okay, as she said, there are some things that are wrong, but that's not stopping them. You can see right out there.
And as you said, they spotted you long before you even got a word out there.
They knew I was there. So, you know, you're not sneaking up on anyone. It's not happening.
Definitely inspiring stories. I wouldn't want to race any of those guys. I think I would be out of breath.
That's it. Yeah. No, it was a long day.
Thank you, Dave.
You got it.